Hey there, cat guardians! We've all seen those videos, the ones where a seemingly sweet, innocent kitty turns into a furry ball of fury at the sight of a new toy or another pet. But the truth is, our feline friends are far more complex than we give them credit for. Just like us, they experience a whole range of emotions, and yes, that includes jealousy. So, how can you tell if your cool cat is actually a green-eyed monster in disguise? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of feline behavior to uncover the 7 telltale signs your cat might be secretly jealous. Alright folks, let's talk cat body language because your cat's telling you stuff all the time whether you realize it or not, and when it comes to jealousy their bodies can be a dead giveaway. First up, the tail. A jealous cat's tail will be low to the ground, almost tucked between their legs, maybe even with a little twitch or thrashing. Then there are the ears. Instead of those perky, forward-facing radars we love, a jealous cat might flatten their ears against their head. And let's not forget the classic Halloween cat pose, arched back, fur on end. This is your cat's way of saying, back off, this is my human, my territory, my everything. Sometimes that pent-up jealousy can lead to something called redirected aggression. Imagine this. Your cat sees you petting another cat. They're fuming, but instead of attacking the other cat, they turn around and claw the heck out of your brand new sofa. They're redirecting their frustration and aggression onto something else, anything else, because they don't know how else to express those big, complicated feelings. The key takeaway here? Always look for the root cause of your cat's behavior. It's rarely about the sofa. We all know cats are masters of nonverbal communication. They practically invented the side eye, right? One of the most telling signs is something called whale eye. It's often a sign of anxiety, fear, or, you guessed it, jealousy. Another subtle clue is pupil dilation. If you notice your cat's eyes suddenly looking like little saucers, it could be because they're feeling jealous. And then there's the classic staring contest. If your cat is constantly locking eyes with another pet in the house, it could be a sign of territorial jealousy. But here's the thing about feline jealousy, sometimes it's not so obvious. Some cats are masters of disguise, hiding their true feelings behind a mask of indifference. They might not hiss or growl or puff up their fur, but you might notice them withdrawing from you, hiding more often, or just generally seeming less engaged. This kind of silent jealousy can be just as heartbreaking as the more overt kind. So pay attention to those subtle shifts in their behavior. They're trying to tell you something important. Let's be honest, one of the best things about sharing your life with a cat is hearing those sweet, rumbling purrs. But when jealousy rears its ugly head, those purrs can quickly turn into something less melodic. Think about it. You're cuddling with your cat, everything's right in the world, and then bam! The doorbell rings, suddenly your sweet purring angel transforms into a hissing, spitting monster. Jealous cats might growl, yowl, or even let out those ear-splitting shrieks that make you wonder if they're possessed. Often they're just trying to communicate their needs in the only way they know how. Okay, we've talked about the not-so-subtle vocalizations of a jealous cat, the hisses, the growls, the yowls that could curdle milk. But sometimes jealousy manifests in more creative ways. Enter the demand vocalization, that incessant meowing that seems to follow you from room to room like a furry four-legged shadow. Or, how about the strategically timed coughing fit that always seems to happen right when you're trying to have a conversation with another human? Jealous cats might also resort to some pretty hilarious and sometimes frustrating antics to get your attention. They might rub against your legs incessantly, weave between your feet while you're trying to cook, or even jump on your keyboard while you're trying to work. The key is to not give in to their demands. Instead, try to ignore the negative attention-seeking and reward them with praise, treats, or playtime when they're being calm and well-behaved. It's all about positive reinforcement, people. So far, we've covered the more obvious signs of jealousy in cats: the body language, the vocalizations. But sometimes jealousy can manifest in more subtle, behavioral shifts that can be easy to miss if you're not paying attention. One of the most common signs is a sudden increase in clinginess. Your once independent kitty is now glued to your side, following you from room to room like a furry little shadow. They might even demand to be picked up and cuddled constantly, as if their life depends on it. Another behavioral red flag is litter box avoidance. If they suddenly start peeing outside the box, it's a sign that something is wrong. And you guessed it, jealousy could be the culprit. Cats are territorial creatures and they use their urine to mark their territory. So, if they're feeling threatened by a new pet or person in the house, they might start spraying urine to re-establish their dominance and claim their space. The important thing to remember is that litter box problems are rarely about spite or revenge. They're trying to communicate their stress and anxiety in the only way they know how. We've talked about how jealousy can turn your cat into a clingy, shadow-like creature or lead to some not-so-subtle messages left in the litter box. But sometimes, jealousy manifests in a way that can be downright confusing. Resource guarding. It's your cat's way of saying mine, this is mine and you can't have it. And what exactly are they guarding? Pretty much anything they perceive as valuable. Food, water, toys, beds, even you. Here's the thing about resource guarding. It's not always about the resource itself. It's about what that resource represents. Security, love, belonging. Your cat is essentially saying, I'm feeling vulnerable right now, and I need to protect what's mine. So, what can you do if your cat is exhibiting resource-guarding behaviors? Focus on building their confidence and creating a more secure environment for everyone. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, folks. We've talked about the subtle signs of jealousy, the not-so-subtle signs, and everything in between. But here's the good news. Jealousy in cats is a manageable behavior. It doesn't have to rule your household. The key is to remember that jealousy is a normal, natural emotion. It doesn't mean your cat is bad or broken or that you're a terrible cat parent. It simply means they're feeling a little insecure and need some extra love and reassurance from their favorite human. That's you. So, what can you do to create a more harmonious multi-cat household or just help your one and only kitty feel more secure? Here are a few tips. 1. Shower your cat with attention. Make sure you're spending quality time with your cat every day, engaging in activities they enjoy, like playing, grooming, or just cuddling on the couch. 2. Spread the love. If you have multiple cats, make sure you're giving each cat equal attention and affection. Don't play favorites. 3. Create a safe space. Make sure each cat has their own designated safe space where they can retreat when they're feeling overwhelmed. 4. Enrichment is key. Provide your cat with plenty of enrichment opportunities to keep them mentally and physically stimulated. 5. Don't punish jealous behavior. Instead, focus on positive reinforcement, rewarding your cat for good behavior. 6. Be patient. It takes time and patience to change any behavior, especially one that's rooted in insecurity. Just keep at it, and eventually you'll start to see a difference. So there you have it, folks. The 7 telltale signs your cat might be secretly jealous. From subtle shifts in body language to not-so-subtle vocalizations, our feline friends have a whole repertoire of ways to let us know when they're feeling a little green with envy. By learning to recognize and understand these emotions, we can create a more loving, harmonious, and fulfilling relationship with our feline companions. And now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced jealousy with your own cat? Share your stories and tips in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome cat content, and I'll see you in the next video.